What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's MightyFan time, and I just want to start. This is the Jersey Collecting Vlog Volume 6. I know I've been pumping these out pretty pretty routinely, but there's been some topics that have been coming up. But anyhow, this is Volume 6, and I do want to start the vlog, of course, with condolences to those, um, to the families and the victims, of course, of the horrific terrorist shooting in a nightclub in Orlando earlier this morning. I believe the club was called Pulse, and I think last count at least 50 people have perished through it. And it's never easy, to deal with things like this. And I know, unfortunately, in recent years, this is something that has hit this country. It's something that's hit many countries, and it's always horrific, to me, that there are people out there that think that they can solve things with violence and killing people, and it's just it's something I'm never quite going to understand. I don't think it's something that really anyone can understand besides those who choose to do it. What that solves. And unfortunately, we've had our fair share of events over the last how many years, and of course there was the events all over the world that have been taking place for many years. Of course, Paris last year, I believe it was last summer, maybe into the fall, at a concert, and now what happened early this morning in Orlando. And again, like I said, it's a horrible thing. Unfortunately, I don't know if there is. Obviously, I don't have the answers for it. Besides, offering the condolences, and I figured I'd wear this just as a little sign there of unity. That we're all all of our prayers and thoughts are with those people who had to either were victims of it, families of victims of it. It's never something that's easy to convey, thought for. Besides the fact that it's a horrific thing, and maybe one day it would dawn on people that violence doesn't solve anything besides, more tragedy and unnecessary deaths. So anyhow, I just wanted to say that it's getting a little hot, so I don't know how long I'll have this hat on. I really wasn't going to wear a hat for this vlog because it's a little hot, but I figured at least I'd start with it. I thought it would be something that I could wear just as a sign of unity with Orlando and what's been going on there. Of course, it's been a horrible day, and again, thoughts and prayers go out to the victims and the victims' families of that awful event early this morning. It does put things in perspective, as always. Any event like this is always going to do that. We here in the Jersey Heads community, or like any other community, that has an interest in something, we collect because it's something that, we enjoy. It's something that kind of is an escape in a way of our everyday lives. And, what we have to do, then, to work and, go to school or whatever the case may be. But of course, things like this come up, and it does put it all in the perspective and what's really most important. And, that's, of course, dealing with life and what life will throw at you. And, this vlog really is the main point for this vlog was really because Mitchell and Ness dropped a couple Jordan jerseys for their line on Friday, this past Friday, and It's the 96-97 finals. It's the home and away, the red and whites. Um, and so I would like to talk. I have a couple stories, dealing with. Wow, that was a loud motorcycle. A couple stories dealing with Jordan jerseys in the past from Mitchell and Ness that I wanted to really talk about, and that's what I will. But again, I did want to kind of start the vlog with that, and hope you guys, you know, and gals out there in my viewership understood that. Again, it's a tough day, and anytime you have an event like that, it's going to be tough. But, going forward now, and talking about the main topic for this vlog, which was the Jordan jersey. So they hit on Friday. NBA.com shop, and of course the Mitchell Ness store. I was able to get the away red. I was able to get that off a seller on eBay from Pennsylvania. I have no idea how he got them so quick. Maybe he works for the company. I really don't know. But the thing was, the night before, so this is Thursday night, this last Thursday night, he posts the away red in a size 44, I believe. And I saw it, and at first I thought it was a custom jersey. Because Mitchell & Ness, as you know, or might not know, in all the years that they've made Michael Jordan jerseys, they've never made a 96-97. And the 96-97 is the one with the gold logo. That's the year the NBA was celebrating their 50th anniversary. And they made that jersey for Scottie Pippen and for Dennis Rodman, but never for Jordan for whatever reason. So they kind of just put them out there on Friday, but I saw this first on Thursday night, and I actually texted I texted the auction to Big Slim, and I said, what's this? Do you think that this is a custom? I mean, what do you think? And then the next day, I just wrote the seller, and I said, hey, what's the deal with this Jordan? Is it a, I know Mitchell & Ness never made the 96-97. Is it a custom? Do you have it in a 52? And if so, because, even a custom, I would take it. Like I said, they've never made a 96-97. It's a finals one, too, so it has the little Larry O'Brien trophy logo on there, and on the other side. And the seller writes back, and he says, no, it's not a custom. These are being dropped today by Mitchell & Ness. And I'm like, oh. So immediately I go to NBA.com shop, and of course, once you get in there, there's like an advertisement for it on the side. I'm like, oh, man. So the seller actually wrote me also that he had a size 52. And, we were able to work a deal. And so I was able to buy it from him. And since he's in Pennsylvania, I'll have it hopefully by tomorrow. Again, I don't know how he got them so quick. He probably works for the company or something, who knows, or knows someone who does, and he gets them and, puts them on eBay. I really don't know. But I don't care. I'm getting it in the mail, and I got a little deal on it. So, I'm happy for that. But, it kind of reminded me, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about in this vlog. The first is, I gotta say, I have a lot of respect and lots of props out there to the sneakerheads, because I remember, I still do every now and then. I used to watch a lot of their, channels and the videos. Mr. Crispy Coil, of course, one of the local guys, really into the sneaker game there, made a lot of videos back in the day, and other sneakerheads out there. And the passion that they had for sneakers is the same that we have for jerseys and hats and whatnot, I watch videos of hat heads out there. That's all they collect is the hats, right? And, of course, the sneakerheads out there. And really, their passion for it is just like we are with the jerseys. And I know a lot of the jersey heads also collect the shoes. It's like Throwback King. He has the shoes there, too. I've never been a huge shoe collector. I've never been a big sneaker collector. I don't own a lot of different pairs of sneakers. Most of the shoes I have are for work. Because every year the company, they work with, I forget the name of the company that comes to the building. It's like a shoe truck, and every year you get a pair of safety shoes, and they're good ones too. I mean, they're not like cheap shoes. They're Timberlands and different brands, Wolverine or whatever, and every year we get a pair of them, of whatever choice we want, within a certain price range, I think it is. But and we get them because work in the records department, and we're moving a lot of boxes around. Boxes of files and stuff. So if something falls on a foot or whatever, you're still protected with the steel toe. And I used to get them when I was in the mailroom there. Same reason, get a lot of packages, move a lot of packages around. So got the pair of steel toe, work boots every year. Same deal now in the records department. So that's really the most of the pairs of shoes that I have. But I do have a couple sneakers, and I know that the Jordan brand is like a brand that a lot of the collectors, that's what they look for, that's what they go after. And I don't own any of the big, I guess that he puts out the whatever it is every year that people go crazy for and form the lines, or whatever. I guess there's like numbers behind the Jordan 12s, the Jordan 13, whatever. So I don't have any of those, but this is actually a pair I got from Foot Locker. I think it was Foot Locker. Yeah, Foot Locker. Last summer I got them. A couple things kind of falling over here, but last summer, this one thing doesn't want to go back. Okay, last summer I actually picked these up, and I don't think that these are like the Jordan number whatevers. They're just the Jordan brand shoes. But this is the only pair of Jordan sneakers that I own. Is this, and of course I got them in the Bulls colorway. They're a little scuffed up and all. I know the sneakerheads would keep these a little more pristine than I did, because I've worn them a few times, here and there, and certainly when I went out to Germany, I wore them too. So they've seen some action since I bought them, and I'm happy with them. I will say this: if I do get sneakers in the future, they'll be Jordans. I mean, he was, like I said, the main purpose of this vlog is for Jordan jerseys, and he was my first favorite athlete. He's the athlete I probably have the most jerseys of in the collection. Allen Iverson's probably right behind him, or they're tied. I really don't know at this point, but I know I have a lot for Jordan and Iverson. The first pair of sneakers that I ever owned that were player sneakers was Iverson, Reebok. I think they were the MVPs from 2001. I got them in the summer of 2001 at the Reebok outlet store. Late in the summer that year, I got them on sale, and those things lasted forever. Really, really good pair of sneaks right there. Really, really good pair of sneakers. And this would be the second player shoe that I ever bought. As I said, I'm not a huge sneakerhead, so... But I will say this, I probably will be picking up more, Jordan's brand shoes at some point, over time. I definitely want to get a few more pairs, and, I mean, I'm not a huge, like I said, I'm not a huge sneakerhead. I'll get them wherever, if I can get a deal. I mean, I don't even care. If I see them at Ross, and I guess they're more of his Flight brand. But I know there's like these like trip to the thrift vlogs, right? You see like Paul Cantu does, and he's always pointing out the different Jordan shoes that you can find there. And shout out to him if he ever comes across this video. But he does great work on his stuff. But so yeah, I'm all about the deal. So I do see them. I do see pairs at like Ross or some other places. I'll see them on sale at like Foot Locker. I'll see them on sale at like Champs or whatnot. I don't really care. For me, I'm not a huge, sneaker guy, so I don't want to overpay for them. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't overpay for the shoes. Means I can, do what I have to do with the jerseys. Because I could never really, I could never really get all the shoes to match to match the jerseys. It's just never going to happen. There's way too many jerseys. In fact, the other day, last week, I was at Ross. I saw this pair of Jordans, and again, I don't know one different sneaker from another. I couldn't tell you what the actual name of them would be, but I know they were Jordans because it had the logo on it, and it was Nike. And it was, maybe some sneakerhead out there knows what this is. So they were on a shelf with the rest of the shoes they have, and they had green laces, and they had like a purple and green kind of colorway to them. And to me, it kind of reminded me of like the Joker, from Batman. So I don't know. I don't know if they were like called the Jokers or what. I have no idea. But I saw them there. I thought they were cool. I was actually going to buy them and wear them when I went to Wizard World last Friday to the comic book convention. But the thing is, or the Friday before, but the thing is, it's like, I was like looking at them and they're really nice looking, but I'm thinking, what jersey am I going to wear these? What can I pair this with? Because I don't really have a jersey that's purple and green. I have Vikings jerseys that their main color is purple, but there's no green. I got Eagles jerseys, of course, that are green, but there's no purple. See, the dilemma. So basically, my rule of thumb is that if I do buy Jordan jerseys, of course I'm going to get those, but Jordan shoes and Jordan sneakers in the future, the main ones that I will go after are in the Bulls colorway, the red, the black, and white. Like these. That's basically the ones that I'll probably have most of, only because I can wear the jerseys with them. I know they also make like gray and white, they make blue, they make every color. So there might be every now and then another color just to mix it up. But mainly it's going to be the Bulls colorway. That's, when I think Jordan, I think the Bulls. Sorry to the Wizards and the, the Charlotte Hornets now that he's the owner of. But I think when I see Jordan, when I think of Jordan, it's Chicago Bulls. That's how it's always going to be. So whenever I do get a pair, it's always going to be in the Bulls colorway for the most part. In fact, I'll probably be picking up another pair later in the summer. I want to get something that's a little more lower than these. These are more kind of high top. I want to get something that's a little lower than these. I like these. These are fine. But in the summer it is a little, because, gets hot. So I want something that's a little more kind of lowrider almost. Again, I don't know all the terminology. I apologize to the sneakerheads out there. You guys know a lot more about it than me. But anyhow, that's kind of my, little story there. And I bring that up because there was a guy, I don't have his name in front of me, but in one of my vlogs, he posted that he's a he's a sneakerhead, and he gets the jerseys and the sneakers. And I could not, for me, it's like, there's no way I could do that. Only because it's bad enough for me now with this jerseys. And getting the hats to match them. If I had to get the shoes for all that, no. That would just be a little much. I don't think my finances will allow for that. It's hard enough with the jerseys and hats. So doing the shoes, that's probably never going to completely happen. I'll get a few pairs, but not like, and I really do appreciate it, because it's the same way it is for me. Like I said, with my jerseys, you see the sneakerheads and they have these display cases and all this stuff. This is where they put them, and they have them by the years, and they do all that. So it's really, I think it's cool. I really do, and I certainly appreciate it as a fellow collector. But moving on from that, let's get to the stories about the Jordan jerseys, right? So I have two pretty good ones to discuss, since Mitchell & Ness did drop a couple. And actually, this is also the first time that they dropped a pair, the home and away set. It's usually like one or the other, and then they'll drop the other one at some point. But this time they actually dropped the home and away at the same time, which is very rare for them. So, well, it also makes more money for them, so that's probably why they did it. But anyhow, the two stories that immediately come to mind. So, Jordan, my all-time favorite athlete, my first favorite athlete. He'll always be, like I said, my favorite. So when they drop a jersey and I like it, I just got to go after it. And it's the same, I'm sure, in the sneakerhead community. If there's a sneaker that gets dropped, you guys just got to have it. You go crazy, right? Well, it's the same thing for me with the Jordan jerseys. And when one drops, it's like, the meter as far as my excitement level, it's going to go according, if it's something like, case in point, they put out the red 45 last year, and I was like, oh my God, I have the I'm Back jersey, right? And that's like, I gotta have this, because it was different. They never did that before. It was, it's another number. It's just, it represents a moment that I remember. So I just had to get it. But when they dropped the white 45 this year, it's one that I'd like to get, but I got the red one. And that really is more the moment that I remember for him. I'm Back is wearing that red jersey than the white one. The white one he wore, of course, at home a little later on, but the red one he wore when he came back, and in the game against the Pacers on the road. So that's really the I'm Back jersey. The white one is nice, but it's okay. When I get it, I get it. I'm not like jumping out to go after it, right? But the red one I had to get. And the red one was just one of those where it's like, it was one of those jerseys, and not every drop is going to flood eBay, but that one flooded eBay when it came out last summer, I believe. And so what happened was I eventually got one. And I got one from a local seller. As soon as I got it, it was an auction. And apparently, the story goes that he told me later was that he posted it. He got two of them. He bought one from NBA.com shop, and he bought one from the Mitchell & Ness store. And he bought the one just to sell. The one to keep, the one to sell. People do that, whatever. So he puts it up on eBay at retail price, maybe a little over. And he said the first thing he did was he paired it up with a pair of Jordan sneakers. Because I guess there was a pair of sneakers that went with that jersey. So he tried to sell both of them, couldn't do it. Tried again, just the jersey, couldn't do it. Close to about retail price, couldn't do it. Sold it again as an auction. Starting, I think it was $100, starting bid, whatever. And as you know, it was like a 2-day auction or a 4-day, whatever it was. Auction was going, the bidding is going, but it's not going crazy, So I end up winning it, and I'm the high bidder. And I think, if I remember correct, I got it for around $200. And that was where the auction ended. And the auction ends, and he wrote me like immediately. And he said, yeah, and this is when an auction ends and someone wins it, you gotta sell them the item because that's part of the deal, right? So he writes me, he says, I really wanted to get a little more on this, and we have like a back and forth through eBay correspondence. And he said, and I said, well, I think I forget exactly how it went, but eventually, because he was close to where I was, proximity wise, and I can just go there and pick it up, not even worry about the shipping. I think I threw, he was going to like end the auction and put it back up and whatnot. And so I think I threw him like an extra $20. I said, okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'll meet you at lunch today. And we picked a spot. I said, 20 extra bucks. I'll come over there, pick it up. You don't have to ship it to me, nothing. Let's just do the deal. Boom, bing, bang, boom, it's done, right? So he agrees to that. So this was like a weekday, like a weekday afternoon. So I go with my boss and another coworker because they wanted to go to this Taco Bell that was nearby to get some lunch, after I got the jersey. So I go to the bank, I get the money, get the cash. I'm going, to the place where we said we'd meet. And where he met was next door to a McDonald's. So he went to the parking lot of the McDonald's, and I'm waiting there, and my boss and coworker in the car, it felt like a drug deal. I mean, it really, it did. and he wasn't there. The guy wasn't there. And I'm just, and I'm starting, we're going back and forth on eBay again. Hey, I'm here, he says, okay, I'm at the store. I'll be out in a minute. And I, like, all these things are going through my mind. Like, is he gonna, what's going on here, So then he comes out of the store that's next to McDonald's. And obviously I knew right away because he's holding this Mitchell & Ness bag. It was one of those garment bags. The full garment bag, and he's holding it, and he's walking, and we're kind of going, towards one another now, and if he unzips it, he shows me. It felt like a drug deal or something. Not that I do drugs, but I'm just saying, from what I see in the movies, this is kind of what it was like, right? He unzips it, he shows me the jersey, yeah, everything's good. I get the jersey, I give him the cash, and that was the end of it. But that's the length that I went to get that jersey, right? Probably people in the sneakerhead, maybe other jersey heads have done this for other things in the past, but this is what I did for that red 45, right? Because I had to have it, right? So that's the story of that. The other story is, and I know I've blabbed on for 26 minutes, but the other story is, if you hang in there with me, this is another good one. You definitely want to hang with me for this. So last year, no, I'm sorry, late January, I believe it was, maybe towards late January, Big Slim and I, we get together here, the house. We go over to Mitchell & Ness. So there was something he wanted to do. I said, I'll go with you. I'll tag along. Come with, we'll take the bus over. Just come down. He comes down. We go to the city. We go to Mitchell & Ness. This is around the time, I think, that they dropped that 91 All-Star. This is the jersey that I wanted, definitely, the 91 Jordan All-Star. So Big Slim comes, we go to the store, he does his deal in there, we walk out, I get some, we get some stuff from the clearance room, whatever. If you remember, you can maybe scroll back if you want to binge watch, but there was a video I filmed with Big Slim here in the house, in the living room. It's like a pickup video. And he was in it, and, we talked shop a little in that too. But that was the same night that this happened. So we're in there. He's, we're making our purchases, whatever. We got our Mitchell & Ness stuff on, And there was this guy in there. And I've seen him in there in the past. And I do believe he was an employee. But you really don't know because they don't have, like, name tags or anything. They don't have any. Usually they're wearing, like, the Mitchell & Ness gear, but they look like anyone else. Like, if you didn't know they worked there, you wouldn't know they worked there. You know what I mean? So this guy's in there, and he's wearing one of those, and I know I've seen him in there in the past. He's wearing the typical, the T-shirt and the snapback hat up high like that, and, whatever. So he approaches Mark. And I'm still in there making my purchase, and Mark goes outside with him. A Big Slim Mark. Big Slim Mark. That Big Slim's his handle. Goes outside with the guy. I go outside with my bag. And he's still talking to Big Slim. And I go outside. And now he's talking to both of us. Okay? So he's talking to us. And he says, I see you guys in here a lot. You're good with the company. Everything. I work for the company. I get an employee discount. If you guys need anything, I can hook you up, basically. This is what he's saying to us. This is a little young kid, right? Probably just out of high school or going to college or whatever, I don't know. But he's like, I got you. I can whatever you want. I can, get the employee discount. You just let me know, whatever. We'll make a deal. Right? So we're thinking about this. We're like, okay, good looking out, whatever. And then we go our own ways, right? Guy goes back in the store. We go head back to get the bus to get back here. And Big Slim and I are talking about this, and then of course this is getting our collector gears going. We're like, ooh, how many, what can he do? And of course Jordan came up, right? All right, well, Jordan jerseys, can he do it? So we're texting him on the bus. We're like, can you do Jordan jerseys? A Jordan jersey hits, can you get the employee discount on them and we can buy them? And he said, yeah, no problem. So during that same week, so this is like a Saturday night. So during the week, I hit the guy up. I write him a text because we exchanged, numbers. So I did. So I text the guy and I say, okay, these are the two that I really want. I want that 91 All-Star and I want the 96 Finals. And the 96 Finals had just come out. I think the 96 Finals may have hit like late in the year or early. I forget exactly when, but that 91 All-Star had just hit. It's like it just hit like during the week before or whatever. It was just came out. So I'm like, okay, well, I want the 91 All-Star and I want the 96 Finals, the home finals. These are two of the more recent, Jordan releases that I hadn't had, and I wanted both of them. Okay, so the guy writes back. He says, oh, yeah, I could do it. We worked out a deal. He said, yeah, this is what I could do. Okay, done, whatever, And I'm like, okay, where are we going to meet? If you don't want to meet in front of the Mitchell and Ness store, that's fine. We can meet, in front of the Macy's building. I kind of came up with the Macy's building because everyone knows the Macy's building, right? It's close to the store. You can come during lunch or whatever with the jerseys, So this was like a Wednesday. So he agrees to it. He says, oh, yeah, I got you, no problem. And the way it was, we were going to meet on Friday. Lunchtime on Friday in front of the Macy's building. He was going to have the jerseys. I was going to have the cash. That's similar to the guy with the 45, right? So I don't have great reception at work with my phone. But Thursday comes, and after lunchtime, I have these text messages on my phone. And it's the guy. And he said, and the messages are like from before noon, and they go, to about 1-ish, right? And he's like, yo, I'm here. Where are you at? I'm at the spot. I got the jerseys. I'm here. Where are you? Kind of like, I'm thinking, no, we said Friday. This is Thursday. So I was able to text him back. I said, hey, I'm sorry if there was a miscommunication. I said, I said we would do this on Friday. Today's Thursday. And he said, oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot. So, okay, whatever. Okay. Things like that happen, whatever. Then he writes me another message. And he writes me and he goes, what two jerseys were you looking for again? And I said, 91 All-Star Jordan, 96 Finals Jordan. And so he goes, what's the 96 Finals Jordan? And at that point, I'm like, you work for the company, you don't know. But, not everyone's a jersey head like me. So I understand it. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it. Whatever. I guess he just wanted to make sure he had the right jersey with him. I have no idea. So I sent him the link for the 96 Jordan from NBA.com shop. I said, this is it. 96 Jordan home with the trophy logo. This is it. So, so he writes me back like not long after that, and I get another text from him, and he says, "Oh, we don't have that one in a 52." And I'm thinking that, and like right there and then, I'm like, I never asked him this, and really maybe I should have, but I didn't. I'm thinking, well, exactly what were you waiting at the spot with? If you don't have this, what were you there with? What did you have in your hand? Because believe me, if you don't have I'm not giving you any money. You don't have the jersey. I've seen enough movies to know what goes on. But I was gonna be there on Friday with my boss because my boss wanted to go to Chinatown to get some food. He said he had to go there anyhow, so we'll go. And I was all prepared. I was ready to buy the two jerseys from the guy, and I guess he just was trying to work a hustle. He just never had them. I have no idea. Maybe he didn't even work for but I know I've seen him at the store before, but I don't know. The guy obviously didn't know exactly what he was doing, or maybe he did and just failed at it. I have no idea, but it was one of the more shady things that has ever gone on in my years of collecting. And, I kind of figured something was a little off. But you gotta try. Right? Is Jordan jerseys deals? Okay, I'm listening. I mean, if you want to do it, we'll do it. But you're not gonna, what's the '96 again? It was the weird. I wish I had like it somewhere saved. It was the weirdest string of things that I've ever, like an email. It was just the text message. It was just so strange. And I told everyone this, and they're like, yeah, it seems he's pretty shady. Like I told Big Slim this, he's like, man. So needless to say, we never really hit him up again for anything. I haven't seen him again either. Maybe he wasn't an employee, or maybe if he was, he moved on. I don't know, but it was so strange. It was, I tell you, it was so bizarre. And it's like, okay, well that's it. I gotta go. I'll find them another way. Don't worry. And of course, later on I get both of them. One from eBay, and I bought the '91 All Star at the store. I'm like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this stuff again for this. But no, those are my stories for the Mitchell and Ness Jordan jerseys. Those are the lengths that I've gone in the past to try to get them, and now I kind of know. Now I'll just purchase them, try to get the deals on eBay. If I can't, I just get it. I'll just buy it from the store. What the heck? It's not like they pump them out like every week or something. It's every now and then. And like I said, not all the ones that they put out are ones that I really have strong desire for, but there are ones out there that, once I see them, you get that kind of bug. It's like, ooh. And that 96, 97, I had to have that because, like I said, they've never done one of those. They haven't done a Jordan with the gold logo, and it's a finals jersey on top of it. It's like, yeah. So I got the red one coming. I hope they get the home one at some point. I don't know when. It just depends on when I can go after it. But I definitely want to get the set only because it's the first time they ever did a 96, 97, and it's a finals. They haven't made a lot of finals Jordans over the years. They made the 92 Shrug, they made the 96, and now they made the 96, 97s. I believe those are the only fun. The strange one to me that they haven't made is the 98, the last shot. And I have the regular, the road red of that. So I'll probably just get the finals patch on there and just do it myself. And then, of course, as soon as I do it, they'll probably put it out like the next week. Like, yeah, of course you do. But I won't have to get it because I already will have it done. So it's okay. But no, as far as the finals goes, those are the only ones. And I kind of want to get the... like I said, the Home 45 is one that I want to get at some point. The other one I kind of want to go after is that, what's it, the 63-point performance against Boston. Like, there's so many, right? But that one's a little different because it doesn't have the logo on the NBA logo. Of course, that was before they wore it. And it's a little different, screen printed. I have the last shot of Cleveland, playoffs jersey, and that's screen printed. The rookies, of course, are screen printed. But those are the only screen printed Jordans that I have. All the other, and the 92, the Shrug. But all the others are all stitched. So it's a little different than screen printed. But I never want to overpay for those. Certainly I'm not going to go above retail on any of them. And if I can get a deal, that's one of those that's like if I can get a deal, I get a deal. If not, well, I can still sleep well. But I definitely had to get that 96, 97. And like I said, it was just kind of crazy how I first saw it. And it's like, what the heck is... Honestly, I thought it was a custom jersey. I had no idea. I don't even know if they really pumped out that they were going to make it. It certainly wasn't something that was hitting the jersey community, for something that they had in the works. So maybe it's just one of those kind of surprise. Just when you thought it was safe. Here's some more. Like, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably have a special pickup vid for that one once. It should be here by tomorrow. I'll post a quick pickup vid for that one. So, my God, I've rambled on for almost 40 minutes. I'm sorry. I just had some stories. Once I get into my stories, it's just, but it's what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys hung in there with me for 40 minutes. Like I said, I had a lot to say and a couple stories to give you guys, and hope you guys enjoyed it. The depths that I've gone to for Jordan jerseys, I'm sure there's a lot of stories out there for people in the sneaker game for the stuff that they've had to do to get shoes. I mean, we all have stories, of this type of stuff, and those were mine. And that, man, it was almost like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with that one, like, well, what were you standing there with? I really wish I could have like gone there and seen what he had. Did he have like a picture of the jersey? No. He have like a hanger in his hand? Like, hey, you just have to put it on there. But anyhow, that's the vlog, volume 6. Until the next vid, like I said, I'll probably have that quick little pickup vid tomorrow for the Jordan 96-97 away finals jersey. I look forward to that. And I'll probably have that up by tomorrow evening at some point. And then after that, probably be the pickups of the Black Friday 2016 sale. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, at the end of the month will be the pickups of June. There might be another vlog here or there. Maybe not as hot and heavy as I've been doing them, but certainly there'll be more. So be on the lookout for that. Again, feel free to follow me on Instagram, MightyFan, all one word. I know I've already gotten some followers. I thank you guys for that. I'm going to keep posting those pics on there of the collection. Hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, so as always, big shouts to all my family, friends, fellow DeviantArt members, all the jersey heads, all the sneaker heads out there too, of course. All the collectors out there, no matter what you collect, keep collecting and have fun with it. And yeah, don't, if someone in a store kind of pulls you aside, just kind of nod. Maybe just don't worry about texting the guy later. It's probably not going to be much. But anyhow, that's going to do it for me as always. Big shouts to the subscribers, to my viewers. And again, prayers and thoughts go to those in Orlando who were affected by the tragedy that occurred earlier this morning at the nightclub. And yeah, so that's going to do it for now. And I will see you in the next one. All right, everyone. Peace. And I will see you then. Okay.